Everybody, what's up? I'm Sarah the Rebel, and this is Women Wrestling Friends Podcast. This is a podcast where I talk about wrestling with my gal pals. Today's gal pal is Alicia Warrington. She is a pro drummer and host of Heavy Wrestle TV. Please tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Oh my gosh, well hello, thank you for having me here today.
Of course, you were the only person who agreed to come. No, just
I figured as much. That's usually when I get invited to stuff, last call. Hey, I'm Alicia Warrington, as she said, pro drummer, host of Heavy Wrestle TV. My new wrestling show, I'm on the second episode right now. I've had Ruby Reyes, I have Marty Elias this month.
Yep, both great episodes.
July, got Chavo Guerrero Jr.
What? I love that man's poncho. I'm not attracted to him.
I love
But when he wears
poncho.
the poncho, I'm like, how you doing, sir?
I wanted him to wear the poncho, and I was like, I can't ask him.
I would have
I
asked.
can't be like, Chavo, can you please wear the poncho?
Bring the poncho. I would have been like, you know what, if it's no trouble, just, an idea if you want to bring the poncho.
Yeah.
It's relevant.
My friend that does Heavy Wrestle with me, she's like, just email him, tell him to bring it. I was like, I can't.
I wouldn't.
That'll be the end of Heavy Wrestle.
You have to live your best life. Just say it all casual. And if you have that poncho, wear it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I do.
That's awesome. So you're a drummer. Is that the only instrument you play? Do you sing? Let's talk a little bit about you and music.
I do kind of everything. I'm primarily a drummer. I mean, I work as a drummer, but I started with guitar and bass. I play guitar, bass. Dare I say sing? Mm-hmm. I sing in a group called the All Girl Boys Choir.
Excellent.
And I am a death metal singer, primarily. Cool. I have a solo death metal project called Dorn.
So if you were to describe death metal to somebody who, they know rock and R&B and all these types are, but what is death metal? What makes it
death metal is pretty extreme. It's pretty intense. It's very heavy, and then the vocals are like growly.
Okay. A
lot of people that aren't knowledgeable of death metal call it Cookie Monster.
Oh,
vocals,
okay.
Cookie Monster style, like low growling and
right,
yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like that. Check it out though, Dorn. Got two videos out, Becoming the Disease and Levels of Hate.
Awesome. They sound really cheerful and fire-like. I can't wait.
Listen on a nice Sunday morning.
Right. That's tomorrow.
It'll
maybe.
Get you going.
Might be today. We'll see when I get this up. So what inspired you what led you to your love of music?
It started really early. I've always been into music. Music and wrestling has been my life forever, which is why I started Heavy Wrestle. Right. Which we'll get to in a second. But music, I started, when I was 4. My mom got me a little Fraggle Rock drum set.
So lucky.
Love
Fraggle Rock. If you're watching and you don't know what Fraggle Rock is, look it up.
You better check out Fraggle Rock, right? That kind of shaped my existence. Fraggle Rock, down at Fraggle Rock.
Yes, that's my family too.
So I had the little Fraggle Rock drum set. I beat the hell out of that thing because it was just like a little kid's thing. My cymbals were all jacked up and stuff. And then when I was 10, my mom got me a guitar. She's like, I'll get you a guitar if you learn how to play Bon Jovi, Dead or Alive. I was like,
you gotta negotiate with your children.
I'm on it,
Parenting is a negotiation.
Yeah, so I got that, and then my uncle got this amazing 16-piece drum set. And so, I came over to his house one day. I was going to play guitar with him. Mm-hmm. So I walked into the basement, and he was kind of crazy, kind of like 80s hair metal guy, spandex.
Uh-huh. Oh, good.
Feathery hair.
Excellent.
Cut off. He's inspired me all the way. Cut off, sleeves kind of guy. And he built a stage in my grandparents' basement with stage lights and smoke.
That sounds awesome.
So as a 10-year-old girl, I walked down to the basement. I'm like, drop that guitar,
right?
Forget this, smash it, and he's like, see if you can play the drums. And I sat down, played the drums right away, was playing along to Motley Crue, Dokken, and all those 80s metal stuff.
Man. I'm jealous.
Just kind of fell in love with it.
That's awesome. So what are some of your favorite bands and musicians?
Favorite bands and musicians, a lot of heavy stuff, a lot of Clutch, Faith No More. Crowbar, a lot of heavier things.
I like the names of all of these.
You do Hypocrisy, Suffocation.
This is my last reason. Well, sorry, wait. No, wrong people.
Anyway. Papa Roach. I listen to everything from Dolly Parton to Lamb of God.
Man, side note, listen to Dolly Parton lately. She was with them people, Pentatonics, I think they are called. They do, I know the word for it when you sing acapella. Thank you. I'm like, acapellagio? That's not it. And she sounds so amazing, and knowing that she's old as dirt and sounding like that, potentially covered in tattoos. Did you know this about Dolly Parton?
I did not know that.
There's a fan theory. She never shows her skin from like the wrist to here. She always covers up. They say that when she first got her breasts enlarged, she had scars, and so she got like pastel tattoos to cover it up, and then just kind of went nuts with it.
I love that theory.
Right, and I've seen like I don't know if they're doctored, but there are pictures when she's wearing like a white one, and sometimes the light will hit a certain way, and you're like, is that a vine? So anyway,
I'd like to see that. Let's get under there.
It might be like when Michael Jackson dies, when she passes away, we're like, she has a dragon tattoo on her head, and we'll be like, it's not that surprising. But I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I love all types of music too. And when I was in middle school, I went through a goth phase. Very rebellious of me because there was only one other goth in middle school. And
in Virginia.
Perhaps.
Virginia.
Yeah, definitely in Hampton. Hampton is like, well, look up the statistics of Hampton. It was not a lot of white people there. And so everyone would be like, oh, did you guys kiss? Because we were the only two people wearing black lipstick. And I just felt like, God damn it, I hate this. So
lame.
That's when I started listening to rock music and got into rock as opposed to like funk and everything that we had listened to. So, but I'm always interested in checking out new music, so I will be sure to check out every single band you listed.
Everything.
All of them.
I don't want you to be scared by any of it, though. I just met you. I don't want you to be like...
in Virginia, we had a group called... I'm going to say their name. They had blood shooting out the titties at one point.
Oh!
Not
Titty blood.
Not Gorn.
Guar.
Yes.
They are from Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia is where I lived for 5 years. Yeah. So I know about that shit. I don't get scared. I think it's awesome. And, I like to be tied up sometimes, so it goes together.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's talk more about Heavy Wrestle TV. You said it's a combination of music and wrestling. So what inspired you? How did you get started on that? Let's go.
Let's go. Well, as I said, when I was younger, I either wanted to be a wrestler or a musician.
Mm-hmm.
Musician, started to work out, and then I needed my limbs, so I wasn't about to get into wrestling training or something, breaking
Makes sense.
everything, right? Started making money as a drummer. Gotta stick with that.
Right.
But I've never been like I'm not a one-dimensional person.
Right.
I'm just not.
I know how that is.
And I don't want to be boxed into the drummer.
Right.
Other stuff that I'm into. Definitely. So now at this juncture, I'm just like, why can't I get into my wrestling stuff, Right. And what can I do in wrestling? Because I'm obviously not a wrestler. Right. I'm not going to get into that at my age, right?
I mean, you can think about it. Come by, Santino's beginners classes start June 19th. Just going to promo that out there.
Little commercial.
Yeah.
I love Santino Brothers. Joey and Sylvia.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Kisses to them.
Yeah, that was where your photo shoot was done,
yes.
right? With Ruby?
Yes. I love Santino Brothers. All right, we're going to get off on
many
different tangents, and I have to stay focused or else I'll do that as well.
Cool.
We're both going to talk about 20 different things.
Yes,
in this one.
I think it's fine.
It's fine. So I just wanted to show more of, like, what I want to get into, and, like, I've always wanted to do more hosting. Mm-hmm. Like, I've done some TV and event hosting. Right. I just want to get more into that side of things as I get older. Right. I'm not going to stay on tour all the time, you know?
Definitely.
And so wrestling, why not interview my favorite wrestlers? Why not get some of the wrestlers are big into music as well. Mm-hmm. Worlds collide.
Yep.
So it's just combining.
I mean, every single wrestler lets you know who they are as a wrestler by their music as they come down the ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want to talk about entrance music and just all that stuff.
Definitely. So was that your first time for the photo shoot with Ruby? Was that your first time stepping into a ring, or had you done like anything else before?
I had been in a ring back to Santino Brothers. Uh-huh. My friend Kate Nash, who I played drums for, she rented Santino Brothers for my birthday.
Oh, what?
A couple years ago.
That's amazing. Did they do like a trading for your birthday or what?
It was insane. It was the best birthday present I've ever had in my life. And Kate, she didn't know anything about wrestling. But funny enough, now she's in Glow on Netflix.
Right, yeah.
Okay? But anyways, she's like, oh, I'm taking you out for your birthday. we're driving, and I can tell that we're clearly headed to Santino Brothers.
Okay.
Nothing else is in Bell Gardens.
Yeah, it's true. Bell Gardens? It's like a bunch of warehouses.
Where are you taking me in Bell
McDonald's,
Gardens?
I don't know. Hooters.
Going out to the club, you know?
Here's one of these warehouses is just going to be popping off.
Raving it up for the birthday. So we get there, and I'm like, we're getting here pretty late. We're not going to get any seats, you know, because it was like a Friday night or something. She's like, I think we'll be okay. And we're walking up. I didn't really hear anything, and then I heard this music, which I thought was odd because it was the same ringtone that I had on my phone, which was MIA, a song by MIA, and I was like, it's weird they're playing that. She gave them my, it was so thoughtful. She's like, this is my cell phone ringtone, so that was my entrance music to Santino Brothers. I get there, there's a cake. They made me a snare drum cake. What are the Ray Roses?
Yeah.
His wife.
That's freaking
made
awesome.
Me a snare drum cake. I had 3 private matches for me and 8 of my friends.
Yeah.
Really small group. And then I got to get in the ring. I fought Tito, the bad dude.
Yeah.
Tito
Tito Escondido.
Yeah. Tito gave me my first body slam.
Good. I mean, if anybody's going to give me a body slam, I'd be fine with it being Tito.
It's the beefcake. Beefcake Tito. And jumped on me from the top rope.
Yeah, they just threw your ass in?
I was like, okay. I've never had any training, but I've watched it forever.
Yeah.
I'm skilled lady.
Did you notice, dude?
I did.
Okay. All right, damn. They probably should have said something like, remember, tighten up your titties.
Probably should have told me, but he didn't. I guess they're just like, fuck it, she knows.
They're like, she paid for it.
Did it? Clothesline Jezebel, you know, and then it had a blast. Got in there with some chairs. I was hitting people with chairs. It was amazing.
It sounds amazing.
That was the first time.
How come nobody did that for my fucking birthday?
Hey,
y'all ain't my real friends.
You need to talk to your friends. You need to talk to
I'm sorry, this is a podcast. I'm being all loud and shit. I'm sorry. I'm just a little upset.
We didn't test the audio levels for this kind of anger.
I didn't think I was going to be this angry.
Although I did, I was watching some of your videos today because I need to know who I'm talking to.
Right, that makes sense.
You got a little anger issue.
I do. It's true.
I do too.
I get angry a lot.
I do too. So we're gonna learn to reel it in. Today we're gonna reel it in. I'm not angry right now.
I'm angry. I'm a lot angry.
You're angry at your friends. I got a few good friends.
You know, it's funny. We were at Santino Bros this week, and we were watching evaluations and stuff like that. And one of the wrestlers, I'll tell you, is Jake Atlas. And
I like him.
I love him. He's great.
Flipping and flopping.
Just flipping all over the place. I've had to cut pretend promos for him before as part of my training. I've been like, he's conquered the world of gymnastics, and now, and everyone's always like,
How long have you been training?
Technically 3 months, and I quit, and then I've come back to it.
Why did you quit?
Well, it hurts a lot.
Wrestling is real.
Wrestling's real. When everybody's like, wrestling's fake, I'm like, come here. Let me show you. I'm covered in bruises from head to toe.
That's why some of my friends are out with injuries right now. Yeah. It's so fake.
Right. So I got to the point where I was just scared to even go. I was like, man, if Brody King hits me today, I'm going to quit. In fact, if Brody King reaches his arm back to hit me, I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to get hit anymore. For anyone who doesn't know, look up Brody King. He's like 6'5", 200-something pounds, maybe 300. I don't know. He's big as shit.
I'm going to have Brody on the show because he's perfect for music and
wrestling.
Absolutely. He's also a singer.
He is. He's really into metal as well. That'll be a dope episode.
Yeah.
He's the nicest guy in the world, but every time I had to be in the ring with him was like I quit. Don't touch me anymore. But anyway, so Jake was there, Joey's there. Joey likes to talk shit. Fun facts about Joey Chaos. And he's like, man, you got a lot of anger inside of you. And so that's already funny enough. But then we're watching the match, and Jake does this one look, and the camera catches it, and Joey's like, look at that, you're angry. So everyone's just like, yeah, he's got a little anger in him. Let it out, Jake.
Join the angry people.
Join in. So you said that you've been watching wrestling your whole life. Do you remember your first match or the first match that made you like, oh my god, this is my shit?
Oh,
who were your favorite wrestlers?
Yeah. 1984, 85.
Damn, I remember the year.
I got into that. I'm 36.
Damn, look at this black don't crack
you know
bullshit over here.
Black don't crack.
Damn it. Let Panther come out, we just go celebrate. Okay, sorry.
People never tell their age. Ladies never tell their age. Ladies, I'm 36, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right?
Not telling you much. I ain't got enough melanin. We'll talk about it some other time.
Okay, so 84, 85. I don't even know how, but me and my mom both got into wrestling.
Yeah.
And we were just like, we love wrestling.
Right.
And my grandpa was always like, it's fake. Why are you guys going to see that? They go to the bar after the shows together. We're like, it's not fake, and they hate each other. And like, you know. But we started going. I'm from Michigan, Saginaw Civic Center. Right. Okay? Back in the days, kids, listen here, kids. There was no Ticketmaster. There was no Live Nation online buying tickets. What? My mom found out we'd be watching wrestling, and it would go across the screen of like, and we'd be like, Saginaw, it's coming. My mom would go and wait outside for the ticket box office window to
that's how it used to be, kids.
Okay, and she'd wait there. She'd be the first person in line. If we didn't get first row, Mom was like, oh, we're not going. She's like, we didn't get first row, we're not standards. Going. If we were like on the end, she's like, oh, well, I guess we'll take the end seats. But Mom wanted like front row.
Front and center with popcorn.
Yes. Signs, we had our signs. I saw all the greats. Like we went to AWA, NWA, WCW, WWF. At the time, WWF.
Right, that's what my podcast stands for.
WWF, I got that, yeah. Saw the Road Warriors. I mean, Mick Foley, everybody, Cactus Jack Manson.
Right.
You know, I saw everybody.
It's funny that, like, you had this kind of situation where you had somebody supportive of your wrestling, because, like, my mom was like, nah, you're a child, you don't get to go to wrestling. And so, like, Eddie Guerrero rode my brother's lowrider into the Hampton Coliseum.
Nice.
And I didn't get to go because you're a kid.
What?
Meanwhile, I look at the TV and it's all kids in the front row.
Come on, kids go, Mom, what's up? Look at Mom. I'm going to call her. I'm going to call you when this is done.
You should have your mom call my mom, actually.
I'm going to have my mom call you and straighten this out. We're going to straighten this out. My mom was always, I mean, talk about supportive. I was like, Ric Flair was my favorite, you know, at that time, and I threw a fit. I cried. I was like, Mom, please call the hotel and get me to talk to Ric Flair. She's like, no, they're not going to put Ric Flair on the phone. I was like, call! Like, temper tantrum, breaking stuff in the house, you know.
Would have been my ass.
So she's like, all right. Got the phone book.
The phone book!
She's like,
because you couldn't Google that shit.
Looking it up. Sheridan. Gonna call Sheridan. Hi, can I speak to Ric Flair? She called like 5 hotels. The 5 hotels we had in Saginaw, you know. I didn't get to talk to him.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you did, this would be the most amazing story
I did
I've
not
ever
get
heard.
to talk to him, but together we saw Dusty Rhodes shopping in the grocery store one time before a match. And then after the matches, we would get in the cars and chase the buses, the tour buses. On the highway. We did meet the Rock and Roll Express at a gas station after their bus got off.
We were like, hey, just buying some chips.
Yeah, just getting these chips right here. And to this day, my mom hates Lex Luger because he didn't get out. And we could see him in the window, and he just sat there with a towel on his head.
He was like, them crazy bitches who called Ric Flair that one time.
And she's like, I don't like Lex Luger. He knew you were a child and you were there and he should have came out and said hi. I was like, Mom, maybe he was sick or maybe he was drunk. Or
he knew you were a child. That's such a mom thing to say.
I was like, Mom, let it go. Let's let it go.
Never.
It's
I
like,
bet if we called your mom right now, she'd be like, nah, that man, nah.
I wanted for Heavy Wrestle. My mom is not into it, but I really want to have Karen's Corner because she says the funniest shit about wrestling, and she loves Roman Reigns. Is all ladies
all of us
love Roman Reigns, but
we can't help it.
The stuff she says, I want to have Karen's Corner and just have her like ripping apart these pay-per-views and stuff.
Amazing. Yeah, man, Roman's so funny to me because everyone, I recently got back into wrestling. I had fallen out. And so I didn't really see the rise of Shield.
At the same time that you got hurt and quit training, or was this totally separate?
So this is the order of events. I met Xavier Woods at an E3 party. It's almost E3 again.
He copied my hair. I'm going to call him out. I met him backstage, and then a couple weeks later,
he was like, oh shit, my hair can do that? I'm not surprised. Not at all. He's a thief. The man's a thief. That's why all his stuff is just derivative. Oh, honey, he didn't come up with that.
Come on now.
Call you out, Austin.
Come on, call you out.
So
I tweeted it.
I met Xavier, and meeting him, like, we played some games together. Played Guacamelee, which is a luchador game, funny enough. And meeting him made me like, wait a gosh darn second. I'm a grown-ass woman. I could buy my own ticket to go see wrestling shows. And then I went to my very first wrestling show, and someone put a flyer on the card, and it was for Santino Brothers. And I was
when
like,
was your very first wrestling show?
It was the past summer. It was in Anaheim, I believe.
Ooh,
yeah.
August.
Yeah.
Honda Center.
Yep. Yes.
I was there.
Oh, I met so many people who now I know were there, but we didn't know each other before.
That's where Xavier stole my hair that day.
Bitch. And I saw the flyer and I was like, oh yeah, if wrestlers are humans and I can go to wrestling shows, I could train. I could become a wrestler. They don't care about the titties so much anymore.
No.
You know, look at Bailey. She's mostly because she's still got them titties, but she pretends that she doesn't. So I could do this shit. And I saw it, funny enough, I saw Dana Brooke. And I know a lot of people don't like Dana. She's not like when you've got people like Charlotte and Sasha out there, Dana looks like she's not as great of a wrestler. But for me, seeing her body type wise come out, I used to be a little bit thicker. I've been losing some weight. But I was like, wait, if Dana Brooke corn-fed self can be a wrestler, I can definitely be a wrestler. Like, so that's how that all like trickled into that.
That's funny because at that show, I was sitting in my car waiting for somebody or whatever, and I saw some people handing out the Santino flyers. And it's like, I love this, that these young guys are out here, guys and girls, passing out the postcards.
Right. Fun fact, if any of you ever want to, because a lot of people do who are fans, decide, oh, I want to host my own shows or make that a thing, flyers actually get more butts into seats than anything else. Social media or tweeting or sharing or websites, it's physically handing out flyers that will get butts in the seats of your show.
This is true. People are very lazy these days because of like the internet is so easily accessible. Get lazy. You got to get out, beat the pavement.
Right.
Put the shit up. Put the flyers up.
Put in the work. That's what we like to say.
Got to work.
So you named a bunch of wrestlers. Do you have a favorite wrestler? And it could be somebody from right now or back in the day, whichever one you prefer. You can do 2.
2
to 5. I can never do one favorite. I'm like, let me tell you my 5 favorite things.
I'm like trying to crunch it down to, well, as I mentioned before, Ric Flair has always been, I know what, Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. I'll have to say those 4. And Mick Foley is like, Mick would be up higher. Those are not in order.
Right,
not in order. Okay. But Mick Foley, Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect.
Mick Foley was one of my favorites growing up, too. I liked him because he was weird as shit. And then one day I was sitting next to Noelle Foley, staring at her.
Why were you, like, being a creep? Or?
No, it's just like, I didn't know who she was. And I was like, this chick dope. She got a Mick Foley shirt on. I like her a lot. She's funny. She's nice. She's pretty.
Where were you staring at her?
We were at a Pop Funko celebration.
Oh.
If you've never been to Comic-Con's Pop Funko celebrations, y'all, it feels like you're in a movie where it's being really outrageous. Like a bunch of cultists are celebrating by eating cans of corn and showing off their 4 rooms filled that they bought a bigger house specifically just to fill it with more pop figures. Like crazy ass shit. Michael Jackson impersonators. I can't explain this party to you properly. No. It might have been. But he wasn't doing that much of that shit. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. And then, like, when I was staring at her some more, and I was like, you look familiar. It was a lie. I just wanted to talk to her. And then she was like, oh, yeah, well, I'm Noelle Foley, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Mick Foley's daughter! And then I felt bad for being like, oh, I shouldn't talk about your dad. My dad, and I told her about my dad, so that she could feel not uncomfortable with that.
Is your dad anything like Mick Foley?
No, he's the opposite, man, but he is pretty cool. Through him, we're related to the Earl of Northamptonshire, or the Earl of Northampton, whichever one. Come from royal lineage because of slavery. We won't get into that part, but that's how it is. And also the first Prime Minister of St. Lucia was my cousin, and apparently like there's a bunch of rich people, so I feel like he's kind of cool.
Yeah,
he's not a wrestler, no.
He's still cool.
He could shoot you with a gun.
Oh, is he a hunter or just
he was in the military
with guns? Oh, okay.
He's just a scary man, one of those.
Yeah. Virginia has some of those. Nothing against you fine people of Virginia. I'm just saying a lot of the military
I don't think anyone from Virginia would argue and be like, no, that's not true. Like, no, this is a strange place. The other day, a fucking senator in Virginia tweeted, what that mouth do? And I was just like, that's Virginia. People sometimes they'll say things to me like, Sarah, why are you talking this way or talking that way? I'm like, back home, this is how everyone speaks. This is not the thing you think it is. So back to music real quick.
Okay.
Favorite entrance theme?
Favorite entrance theme?
Right now I'm going to sing mine that I'm into while you think about yours.
Okay.
Hey, man, we did not come to fuck around. That's not the words, I made them up. In the quicksand, think faster, you will maybe drown. Yeah. No, it's not drown. We are the yeomen in the sky.
I don't have to sing, do I?
There you go. No, absolutely not. You shouldn't. Sorry, everybody. This is a podcast. I'm probably just going to cut that whole section out.
No. Favorite entrance music of all time, because I'm going to have to take it back.
Okay.
Demolition.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, the guitars, the heavy...
Yes.
The heavy stuff.
Right.
I'm into the heavy stuff.
Do you have anybody current that you enjoy their theme?
Current. I like Shinsuke's music.
It's good. It's got the violin. It's
Balor?
got that build up.
I like Balor's.
It has grown on me. I didn't like it at first. And
I
now,
didn't either.
Anytime I hear it, I'm like.
But I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's a cool riff. One that you probably won't approve of.
Okay, I'm excited.
I don't know if I can say it.
What? Let's do it. Come on. Let's rock.
Randy Orton.
I mean, that's fine. No, I disagree with you completely. I don't like Randy Orton, but I like his theme music a lot.
Okay.
I
like it. I think it's great entrance music.
You do. We don't have to agree on everything.
We don't. And we don't. We don't.
Why don't you like it?
Why don't I like it?
Yeah.
I like his music.
No, you just said you don't like it.
No, I do. That's what I said. You're not
confusing.
Gonna, I said
oh, you said you do like it.
But I
okay,
like
all right.
Randy's.
Woo, all right,
yes,
cool.
Yes.
Back on the same page. No,
I like it.
I love that song. I don't like him, but I will sing that at a drop of the hat. If you say the word voices, head, I hear any of those words, and I'm just gonna be like, I have voices in my head. They talk to me. We have conferences. I don't know the words, by the way, to any of these songs. Don't start singing the way I sing, guys. I made those up, not the words. Do you have a least favorite entrance theme?
Least favorite. Mickey James.
Yeah.
It's pretty lame.
It's pretty lame. I would say Alexa Bliss is fast becoming one of my least favorites. Not because it's the worst, but because she's so awesome. Mm-hmm. To then just have music where it's like. Phew,
Yeah.
Like, what is that? And then Jinder Mahal has been bothering me more.
Oh, I don't like Jinder's. Just last night I was watching SmackDown and I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, do you know how much good fucking Indian music there is out there? Is a shit ton.
Yes.
And to just go with some lame ass Punjabi rap, no offense to that rapper, but it's not hype. It's not. No. It's very laid back. It's like what you might listen to while you're sitting in the car with your friends waiting for somebody to come out with a bag of chips from 7-Eleven and chasing Ric Flair. It's not. He could have played some badass bhangra. There are mixes that have been done in the past, like Punjabi MC. It's mixed with Jay-Z. That shit was dope as fuck. The Knight Rider theme, and it just went to so good. You could have done something dope with some Indian music, and instead you were like, let's pick Indian music that sounds a lot like American music. And I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, I think that's lame because I really like what they're doing with Jinder. I love that he's getting the push that he is. He looks awesome. He looks great.
Except for his titties. They were nicer before, and now they're square. And I'm like, what did you do to yourself? I know how easy that is to have happen, though, because I've seen people who got the one ab over here, and then the next ab's here. It's like, if you just do one thing a little wrong, go end up with square titties like Jinder Mahal. Be careful, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's looking big and scary. I only like him with the turban on.
I don't like his hair either. It's really bad. I said this last night too. I was like, he has to shave that or something.
That's gotta go. We can see.
Because I like long hair or I like shaved hair.
Right.
That in between looks like you need a cleanup.
It does.
You need to go get that cleaned up.
It does. You look a little ragged, sir. I know you watch my podcast.
You do. So get it cleaned up. Huh?
Get it cleaned up. All right. Pause for 1 second. Scroll down. You just use that fucking command. You're gonna. That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. Just a little bit of silence before we start again.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, my phone is. Oh no, everything's fine.
Oh, okay.
I just realized it's not on silent, but it's recording, so I don't want to do some weird shit to it and ruin my life. Alright guys, so if you were watching my YouTube channel, I did a little mini video with my predictions for Extreme Rules because I was in Virginia. I had to be in my nephew's room. It was real awkward. My family kept yelling all loud in the background. It's fine.
Kids had friends over.
Kids really do. It's just like, why? Go outside and play, goddammit. You got a whole back. To be fair, my sister's backyard does look like a junkyard. Like, literally has, like, boards with graffiti on it.
Oh, it's kind of dangerous for kids,
got holes and stuff where the bunny rabbits play, I guess.
They could have had their own Extreme Rules.
It's true. They do sometimes. They have a little play set that looks like it's about to collapse at any moment. And they just climb all over it. I'm Auntie Sarah sitting there like, everything's... And just hands all clenched like, it's fine. Children have to play. It's how they learn. They heal very quickly. Don't even worry about it. Anyway.
You guys can't see this, but Sarah has an amazing backyard here.
I do. It's
amazing.
True.
With something suspect out there, though. I don't know.
Yeah, so this morning, a white stand has appeared in the middle. And not a stand like JoJo, like a tripod, has just appeared. And I don't know where it came from or what it's doing.
I'm going to check it out before I leave.
Yeah, I'm just going to, pray on it. Anyway, so at Extreme Rules, it was not really the most extreme of Extreme Rules, but, they did their best. You can't call something mediocre rules, then nobody's going to pay for it.
No.
So, first off, we have Kalisto versus Apollo Crews.
I'd say that's the only one that I didn't see.
Yeah. This storyline, it's just got... Titus, I do like Titus as a manager. I do. But poor goddamn Apollo Crews, send his ass back to NXT and let him shine.
He should have stayed. That's one of the biggest problems I think WWE is having right now is they're bringing these people up. Sometimes they don't need to come up. Keep them at NXT. Keep them shining and doing really well there. Yep. I think the same with the Vaudevillains. Mm-hmm. That really
that made me sad.
Unfortunate that didn't last. And it's because they should have stayed at NXT. Same with poor little Apollo Crews.
Yes. Looking good in the motherfucker, just all strong and smiley and doing all these flips. How could you fail with this man? But you have. So anyway, Kalisto won because Apollo was distracted by Titus explaining wrestling to him. That was extreme, guys. So, on to a little... We had a submission match with Neville and Austin. Now, we've seen Neville and Austin go at it over and over and over again. It does not get boring because they're both so good. Mm-hmm. And I kind of had a feeling Neville was going to win again, but to me, it's kind of weird because Austin has lost every, pay-per-view and big match against Neville.
Yes.
So you would think this would be the time where he'd turn around and have that win, but no, you would think wrong. Did you have any thoughts?
It's kind of like, well, what are they doing with Austin?
Yeah, really.
Because everyone was excited, like the people on the indie scene and whatever who knew him with other promotions and stuff were like, oh my God, Austin Aries! Right. And I don't think that they've really utilized that.
And I think I even heard that he's taking a break now, which is crazy because we had to wait all this time with him on commentary as they tried to plant that early seed. We finally get him. He goes against Neville a bunch, never gets the big win. Despite being very over with fans, and now might be on a little hiatus?
That's weird to me.
It's weird.
I am liking Neville more these days, though, as a heel.
Yes.
I really hated him, actually, before.
Don't tell pasta sauce.
Pasta sauce,
sometimes it happens. He's a great orc king. He really looks like you could just plop him into the middle of Lord of the Rings and have him make a little speech, and nobody would be, no questions, got it. He's going to come out and he's going to do a red arrow and defeat you. So I love watching them work. And then I guess Neville and TJP are finally getting their moment on NXT now to fight, in which TJP got handled, which was pretty great. Now, this was a prediction that I thought was too good to be true. I thought Hardy Boys versus Cesaro in a cage match. The way they've been booking their fights previously, okay, Hardy Boys are definitely going to win. There's no way they'll let Sheamus and Cesaro win.
How are they going to lose at Extreme Rules? The Hardys are extreme.
They're extreme.
The cage match, that's what they do.
Right, exactly.
Why would they lose?
But I had a hope because Sheamus and Cesaro had been losing, and sometimes wrestling logic comes through, and it did this time, and they actually won. It was really exciting, and also just... I understand that wrestling is a show, and there is a certain amount of disbelief that you have to suspend. That's part of wrestling. But it's real hard watching these dad bods in the ring with Sheamus and Cesaro. Two of I know for a fact Sheamus is the hardest hitter in WWE, and
Matt
Cesaro
Hardy can barely walk. He can't walk.
He's got a little wobble
Is
to
anyone
him.
noticing this?
No one.
Can I ask you, because I never get to talk to anyone about this, what do you think about Matt Hardy's teeth? Huh? They're new teeth. Are they new?
They look pretty new.
They're new teeth.
Maybe that's how the both of them could just throw them out at will. You know, they're not even their teeth. They don't give a shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna spit this one tooth out. I'll get another one for the dentist tomorrow.
There was no blood, by the way, when that tooth.
Yeah, I know. That's how I'm like. That was probably I think that was a trick tooth.
Yeah.
He already has this loose one that he takes out for parties and shit when he gets real. Oh, is he so cool?
If you got a tooth kicked out of your mouth, there's gonna be blood.
Yeah, that's how teeth work. Unless your cavity is insane, you probably need a root canal. Sorry, just should give you that information because you need it. But yeah, I really do hope that they can kind of move away from this storyline, because it's very hard to watch. First of all, Sheamus and Cesaro were doing so well. They got so over. They were great. Cesaro as a heel is hard for me, because he's such a sweet man.
Everybody likes Cesaro.
Yeah, I love him. And they don't like him like I like him for being an asshole, like with Kevin Owens or something. They like him because he's an adorable man. Mm-hmm. He posted a picture with a little Wonder Woman tiara on his
saw
face.
that.
And he was like, damn, I look good in a tiara, basically. And I'm like, you do! Like, you do! So, yeah, it's just hard for me. And their new outfits just making them look like they're European terrorists a little bit.
I like the new outfits
You do?
a lot.
I don't mind their skirts. It's like with the jackets, I'm like, y'all about to come out here and do one of those videos that I see where we put the trap music to it.
Finally, they have like this cohesive thing.
That's true.
And I don't like Cesaro's normal white underwear trunks.
They do look like underwear, and with his pepperoni nipples, it
not right.
just makes me hungry. And not in a sexual way, I just mean actually hungry. So, yeah, this is interesting. I'm really, really hoping that WWE will split the frickin' Hardy Boys, Joes, Mario Brothers up, and let that broken shit fly. Just let it come out. Bayley and Alexa. This was a kendo stick on a pole match. If that confuses you, welcome to wrestling.
The whole match was silly, I thought. And why didn't we have just the one kendo stick on a pole? Could we have at least two?
Right.
Each corner. More kendo sticks.
Right, definitely.
More usage of the stick.
Maybe one stick would have made sense if like you would have been disqualified for touching the stick if you weren't the one who got it, or something like that. But that wasn't the rule. Like, either of them could use it once it was brought down.
And I thought it ended kind of abruptly.
Yeah, it was a strange match, which is weird because, first of all, Alexa cuts great promos. Bayley, if you leave her as a babyface, this on paper makes sense, right? You've got the bully Alexa, you've got the kid who has a heart of gold, who's got to be the underdog or fight her way up. Alexa has trashed her and trashed her and trashed her. This should have been the moment where Bayley like really stood up for herself and hit that bitch with the kendo stick. Mm-hmm. But instead she did do what they'd all said she would do, and she hesitated. And I think like that was a weird match to have that happen in, because if you build all this, oh, Bayley can't do it, Bayley can't do it, Bayley can't do it, you don't then have Bayley not do it.
Yeah. That was a really weird build, I thought. Even my mom, Karen's Corner. My mom was texting me, and I told her, because I was starting it a little later than she was. So she was already watching it. She texted and went, ugh, Bayley's so stupid. And I said, I'm just getting to the match. Don't give it away. Because my mom will give it away, and she'll say, I didn't say anything. You did.
Yeah, that's how mom said.
You did.
Yeah.
Don't say anymore. But yeah, Bayley was stupid for just standing there and
which is
getting
it's just so
beat
strange.
with the kendo stick.
Yeah, and then just getting beat down. I do enjoy watching someone get hit with a kendo stick with a lot of anger behind the forces, though. So whatever, it worked out. Alexa retains. I'm not sure how the ante gets upped from here, because Alexa then I think is like Nia Jax is now a thing. But like, is she gonna come back to Bayley? Is her and Bayley gonna continue to be a thing? What could you do to move further? Are they gonna have to have another kendo stick match? Like, I have a lot of questions.
I love Nia Jax, and I really want her to have the title.
I want Nia Jax to team up with somebody like Alexa who will talk for her. Because the only thing I don't like about Nia Jax is she sounds like my boo's about to pick me up. We're going to go get our nails done. I will take you to the mall and suplex you. Like, okay, Nia, later. We got to go. We're running late. So I would love to see her and Alexa actually, like, be a team. Because I think it goes with the mean girl persona, too. Like, and this is my bodyguard over here is going to kick your ass. Like, I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
So there was a match that didn't make any sense, but it was Rich Swann and Sasha versus Alicia Fox and Noam Dar. Oh. And we all knew Sasha was going to win, but I really just want to know, what did Sasha do to deserve this?
She clearly has upset some people backstage.
Right.
To go from this to
this.
To tagging with Rich.
Yeah.
Nothing against Rich.
Right,
Swann,
but they didn't even bother making a story about why they would be. They were just like. And second of all, Sasha, I know for a fact that you can dance. I've seen you dance before with the whole little booty-os thing.
What was that at the end? What was that?
If you know that you have to do a dance at the end of a match, you know that's coming, right? Like, that wasn't a spur of the moment where she's like, do a dance, like it's a surprise.
Yeah.
You knew you had to do the dance. What are 3 dances that you know you can really do? Do those dances. Don't get in the ring on a pay-per-view and whatever.
She needed to have that
Hit
worked
that
out.
fucking Cabbage Patch. I don't give a fuck, Sasha.
Out. She could have even pulled out just a little
robot.
Right,
hit the little robot. Do a Macarena. You know, I get in the club anytime they play some shit I don't know how to dance to. I do the Macarena. And people will cheer for me, Sasha. Yeah. I know you're listening again.
Have your thing and do that way.
Have your thing. Don't be in there like, I'm going to do Rich Swann's dance, even though I've never practiced in front of a mirror before. Sasha.
That was bad.
Yeah. It wasn't good.
In that match, I'm friends with Alicia Fox, so I was glad to see her getting matches right now. Mm-hmm. Fighting her and Sasha have been getting the singles matches, which I think is great. And finally utilizing Alicia as a wrestler because, you know, I'm always happy to see her on TV, but it's like, she can do more than ballet. She's actually a great wrestler, and so I was glad to see her.
And the big hint was when she picked up Noam Dar, held him like a baby, and got up on one leg to point at somebody. And I'm like, y'all, look at Alicia, and y'all think she ain't nothing, but that woman will destroy you if she wanted to.
She will.
She's a great wrestler. She's got really good form. So I'm the same. Me and Tamara, my normal co-host who couldn't make it today, we're both talking.
She had Misfit Tamara. I was looking forward to meeting her.
I was hoping this thing would pop off too, but apparently family's in town.
Oh.
You know, summer is a crazy time. That's why these episodes have gotten way more sporadic. Sorry, everybody. But we've been saying the same thing, like getting to see her wrestle and seeing her get a chance. Like, it's pretty great. Especially, I think she goes well with Sasha just because they're both small. Instead, we get this, like, no, you get these.
Yeah.
One little things.
And I never like the intergender matches with WWE because they're not really intergender, are they? It's like the girls have to fight the girls.
Right.
And that's boring to me.
It slows the match down because you know that you always have to get out, and there's no fear, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's what used to be cool, and you know, I know some people don't feel this way, but that's what used to be cool about the intergender things that would happen because you were worried and afraid for the women. But now, literally, a woman can, like, stand in front of her boyfriend and prevent the other wrestler from hitting her boyfriend by using her body as a human shield. It's kind of like, well, I'm not worried then. Yeah. It's kind of like, even Stephanie McMahon threw herself into a table. You know, like, she didn't get thrown into that table. Anyway, so The Miz and Dean Ambrose. Man, this feud was fun the first time y'all did it. I'm happy The Miz got his title back, though.
I love The Miz. I never really have been a Dean fan, and I just don't think he needs a title. So he's not a wrestler that needs a title. Miz works that so well.
Yes, I agree. Miz makes that title seem like it is the most important thing in the world. And I think that's kind of what past wrestlers, past greats that we remember did really well when they were champions. And he's just, you love to hate that guy. So it's great to get the title on him because then everyone has to come and try to get it off of him. But I really hope that they don't continue. Guys, I just ripped my tattoo off. We'll talk about it later. I really hope that they don't... Just got a tattoo. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's just a little bit of red flesh.
How is that ripping off?
You know, it's probably because... I ain't gonna talk shit about him on this thing, but, you know, it's fine.
Moving along.
So, yeah, I do wonder what they'll do with Dean now, because I hope that they don't make Dean just go against The Miz over and over trying to get that shit back, because god damn it, we've seen it. Move along. There's enough other people for both of them to wrestle.
You know what? Let's just bring back the Shield. They're there. They all seem to be failing right now as singles. I mean, they've all just kind of... What's happening?
It's true. They all lost.
Like, Seth was doing really well on top of the whole game.
Yep.
Got injured. Came back. He's kind of like... I mean, he's fine, but it's like, I'm bored. I'm bored with Seth. Bored with Roman. Don't care about Dean. Yeah. Together as the Shield, I liked that.
Right. Pull it back. Bring some stables back.
Let's get some stables.
Yeah. It would be so... We thought we were going to get one with Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe, and it was exciting, and everyone got excited, and then they were like, bye, Kevin Owens. And it didn't happen. So I just think you guys need to put a stable back together. The fatal... Was it a fatal 5-way? I can't count. But it was Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Bray Wyatt. I did it. That's 5. Pretty sure. They had a match to see who would be the contender for the invisible man known as Brock Lesnar, who took a title and left. I want that job.
That's why the Intercontinental title is so important these days.
Definitely. So, I had a lot of predictions for this. Did you have any predictions going into this with who you thought was going to win?
I did. Now, who did we have? Roman. We just said it.
Oh,
we literally just said it.
I maybe forgot Finn. I'm not sure if I said Finn Balor. Okay. Finn was who I thought was going to win because of Paul Heyman's promo.
That is what I was thinking as well. I didn't think they would do Samoa Joe Lesnar. That doesn't seem right to me.
Right. So I said the same thing. I was like, oh, Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar are the same dude, pretty much.
Yeah, and like, what's going to happen with that? Is Lesnar going to lose the title to Samoa Joe? I don't know. I mean, he would actually work the title, whereas Lesnar's never there. But is he the guy that's going to finally stop Brock Lesnar? I don't know about that either.
Right. It's very interesting and strange. But I am excited, and I can't wait to see what the fuck they do, because I don't know.
I think the better thing, had he not been injured, would be Strowman and Lesnar. Yes. He would stop Lesnar. That's believable.
I think that was
None
the
of these
original
other things
plan.
Are believable to me.
Yeah.
It's not. I wouldn't believe that Samoa Joe would defeat Lesnar after no one else could.
Right. It's all about build up. I think a lot of times, you know, it's kind of like with Asuka over in NXT. Now, because of the way they treated Ember Moon and the way they treated Cross, I find it hard to believe that any woman could beat her. And you don't want to do that, because then there isn't any excitement or any worry or concern that, or hope even, that someone else could beat her. And then when someone does eventually beat her, we're going to be like, well, that's stupid, because, you know, she's never had trouble with that wrestler before.
Right.
So, it's kind of interesting. I am interested to see where they go with Joe.
Yeah.
Joe! I like to just say his name. Just say his name, Joe.
I like his entrance music.
Yes. It reminds me of that song. Anyway, it's nice. It's strong. It's like a gorilla is coming to get me is what it feels like. Like, oh
no!
Yeah. Yep. I describe music very well. Can you tell that I am a music connoisseur, in fact? I had a dream once that I had to, this was pretty recently, that I was thrown into a match, completely unprepared, and I didn't have gear or music.
What were you wearing?
I was just wearing, like, normal-ass clothes. So, I was like, Robbie, I don't have any gear. And Robbie is from St. Peterborough. So
Robbie
like,
Phoenix!
He was like, ugh. And he's like, come here. And so he led me to his, like, pickup truck. And he just happened to have a woman's set of gear that looked a lot like Batman Arkham Asylum's Harley Quinn. Like, the dark red and black. And I was just like, all right, gonna make it work. My titties are too small. So the other girls were like, all right, we're going to get some tape. We're going to make this work for you. And I was like, wait, the boots don't fit me. No one has tiny feet like I do. And they're like, just just put your fucking feet in it, we gotta make it work. And I'm like, wait, what are we gonna do with the match? So they're like, don't worry, we're gonna call it. Come on, Sarah, you have to tell the DJ what music to play for you. This is not how that works, by the way. So I go down there with them, and they're all telling the DJ, and I'm like, I don't have any entrance music. Could you pick, I don't know, maybe something that sounds kind of like it was terrible. And I'm like looking at all the seats, and it was very stressful. So the music I ended up coming down to is like, baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover with the something. Yeah, no. We are never getting older. Tattoo on your shoulder. Some old bullshit like that. Anyway, the point is, I'm glad I woke up before the match started. Anyway, where can people find you? You've been such a delight.
Oh, you have been a delight.
She has to say that.
You can, I'm my own person. Thank you.
I was in the writer. Did you read your contract?
Twitter, Ms. Warrington, MZ, Ms. Warrington. Alicia Warrington, Instagram. Facebook, if people are still on Facebook, official Alicia Warrington.
Awesome. Thank you.
And Heavy Wrestle TV.
Yes, can you say again like some of your music and stuff like that people should check out?
Board.
Heavy Wrestle TV, go watch it. The Ruby Ray's interview and the Marty Elias interview are both excellent.
Yes, check out Heavy Wrestle TV. Check out Dorn, DOHRN. That's my death metal project. If you guys aren't scared by that kind of thing, check that out. And then
don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Thanks for coming, and you can find us at Women Wrestling F on Twitter because that couldn't fit the whole thing. On Instagram, you can follow us, though I have lost the password. If you know how to hack Instagram, please hit me up. And I am Sarah the Rebel everywhere, and normally you would find Misfits Tamara here, so you can find her at Misfits.